everybody, welcome to Health for Healthy Living, the summer 2023 edition. I'm your instructor, Megan Knoll, and I have been teaching at MPC for 7, 8 years, I don't know. But I've been teaching this course for about 5 or 6 years, and so I'm excited to do that again for y'all. Let's make sure that you are going to be successful in this class. And so the best way to do that is to start with this page. So you may notice in the background here, I have a skull. I also teach anatomy and physiology. For MPC, I also teach a high school, actually run a high school research institute in Los Angeles. So you may, if you have questions, you may say, I'm going to go to Megan's office hours, but they don't exist because I live in Los Angeles. So if you do want to meet with me at all, we'll do it all through Zoom or email, and we'll talk about that. But let's start with how do I get to the course, right? I have several pets, by the way, so you may hear them make a lot of noise because they're punks. Okay, so how do we start this course? So welcome to our online course. It's completely asynchronous. That means you do it on your own time, and you do it in whatever order you need to, as long as everything gets done by the due dates. So how do we even access our course? You start at the MPC website and go to Lobo Apps. Hopefully you have access to your Lobo Apps. If you don't, please talk to IT. Everyone at MPC should have access. Your page may look a little different from mine, and you log in with your MPC ID, etc., etc., and then go to Canvas. Now you're going to see a bunch of classes pop up that you don't see because you are not teaching a zillion classes like I am, but let's go to our specific class. So when the class opens, you'll see it pop up right away. It is Health 4005, and here's what you see. You're going to see our very first introductory section here. Okay, and it's got two different things. It's got the book information, which I'm going to tell you about right now. And it also has, if we go back, it has the syllabus information, which I'm going to go through right now. Okay, so let's do that right now. Okay, so this class is all asynchronous, like I said, and the syllabus tells you all of the relevant policies for the class. It's got a little biography of me if you're curious. It has my email address. It talks about the point of this class. This covers the covers significant aspects of personal and community health and principles of healthy living. Now, in order for this class to be relevant to you, you really have to invest and be honest to yourself when you're doing the assignments. Please know that I will not be judging or sharing any of your information. This class is literally probably one of the only ones where you cannot be wrong as long as you're sincere and brave and you answer everything honestly, okay? Because a lot of the things we're going to be doing in this class are you assessing your own life and trying to be more healthy and realize that there are ways to be a more healthy individual, and it is possible. We'll talk about it. So all you need for this class, so we do have a textbook for this class. It is, I'm going to show you the easiest way to get that textbook is to actually do it through Canvas. Okay, so you're going to do that by going to this on your side here. Hopefully yours looks like mine does. Is this McGraw-Hill Connect link. Okay, so you go to that. It's going to ask you if you want to connect to the class. Now, if you've already bought the textbook through Follett or, okay, so here's the thing. The problem with an online class is you can't inherit a textbook from somebody. You can't get a used version of the textbook, etc., because the textbook each textbook has a unique connect code, and that connect code is specifically to connect you to the online assignment portal. It's just how we have to do our online courses, unfortunately, so you have to have your distinct connect code that's going to have you sign up. Put in the code that you got with the book. If you did buy a physical copy, or if you haven't gotten the book yet, you can buy the connect code through this course, okay? And you can use your waivers, etc. Just please make sure you do so quickly because this class is going to go really fast. Not only is it a summer class, so instead of a 12-week course, it is a 6-week course, because not only is it a summer class, but it's an accelerated summer class because we had a late start. Okay, so you must have access to this. You must get it soon. Okay, so all you need to do for this textbook, the only thing you need to do and then you never come back to it again, is make sure you've connected. Okay, so I'm not sure what yours will look like, but it'll say like connect to your textbook, blah, 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 and you click a link and then it'll say enter your code or buy a code. And actually I'll have a link in the book, over here, where Connect will actually walk you through everything, okay? And so they will tell you exactly what to do in order to connect your code. It looks like I don't have it here, but I will put it in, and it'll tell you everything you need to do, okay? And it'll connect you to the right textbook. Now, once you've connected that code and then this is active, what'll happen is when you go back to the main page, all of the assignments will become live. You'll have access to them. Now, if you're still waiting for your access to the textbook, you can go ahead and start the lectures, because this class has two big parts. It has the lecture component and then it has the assignment components. Okay. Now, the lecture components are me talking through the different, the various subjects, etc. A lot of these you'll see I've actually recorded in the past. What a face! What's happening to me? Oh my god. Anyway, you'll see I've recorded it in the past, and there hasn't been a lot of relevant updated information. So I'm not going to re-record a lot of these lectures because there's just and this is depressing. But it's facts. All we're going to do in this class is talk about facts. And one of the things, the biggest problems in medicine right now is, or just general health, is that there's a lot of conflicting misinformation. So we're going to focus really hard on only sticking with the true information that's coming from reputable sources, okay? And so that is why you want to go ahead and listen to the lectures. Don't do any, don't go ask your aunt for Facebook recommendations or whatever. Everybody gets their news from different places. We want to make sure we're all getting our information for this class from one place. Okay. Okay. So I provide the slides for this class. Okay. So if your learning style best works such that, well, that's a bad sentence. If you interact with information best by taking notes on slides, then definitely print these out. You can go to the library at MPC if you're local to MPC, and you can print them out there if you need to. Or, take notes on paper or whatever you need to do to be successful. Okay, I'm not going to be grading that part, but each of these modules is going to tell you what you need to do. It's going to have there's going to be a lecture section. And then there's going to be part 2, which is the assignment section, or there may be a next step section, okay? So for this week, you're going to be, and everything is due on the, okay? Everything is due on the following Sunday by 11:59 p.m. So if we go back to the syllabus real quick, if we go back, okay, we talked a little bit about the textbook. So what you need some sort of a computer with reliable internet access. You can try to do some of them on your phone. You could watch the lectures on your phone if you want, I guess. But really, I don't know if they've really optimized the assignments very well to do all the assignments on your phones if you're using phones. But I think some people have done that before and it's been okay for them. I recommend doing everything on a computer or laptop rather than doing it on your phone. Just make sure you also have access to Lobo apps and Canvas and Connect, which we just talked about. And then you just, again, really need to have that honest attitude about yourself and your habits, because a lot of these assignments are you assessing your own habits, okay? Okay, what else? Everything is online. If you need any help for this class, you can go to there's a technical assistance part of the Lobo apps. There it is, tech support, and they're very responsive, even in the summer, so you can go there and they'll help you out. There's also the library function, and you can go and look up extra information there if you'd like. How are you graded in this class? Okay, we actually are not doing that this summer. So there are reading assignments, but I'm not grading you on them. And so instead, you're going to be, actually, I think this is about 40, 60. Boop. And we'll just say, I think there are only 6 quizzes now. This class used to be well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you're going to be graded based on this, okay? So the assignments tend to be about 40, 50 points each, and then the quizzes are 100% or 100 points. And then your grades break down just normally right on the 90%, 80 to 89% of B, etc. And please make sure you pay attention to your deadlines, because one thing about this class is it goes very, very fast, and if you haven't completed your deadlines, there's nothing really I can do to help. Okay, let's keep going. Beep, boop, boop. Okay, so here are our objectives if you want to look through that. Here is, again, what I'm saying right now, how to help you be successful in the class. Please make sure you participate. Please make sure, if you need to, contact me by email. I am one of those people who checks their email about 20,000 times a day. Probably not healthy, but I'm working on it. And so I will be making sure to respond to emails very quickly and effectively. And make sure you complete your assignments if you want to be successful in the class. Okay. You can drop the class, and there are dates in here if you need to drop the class for any reason, or if you need to switch the grading scheme from credit to credit to a point grade, point grade. There are your dates for this. If you have any sort of accommodation, please make sure that the testing center has let me know so that I can make sure you are being accommodated for your needs. Okay, so you may see in the assignments, you may see quiz 1 and then quiz 1 accommodated. If you open something and it has a password and you don't have the password, then it's not for you. Okay, so if you're someone who has an accommodation, you will be given a specific password where the assignment has been accommodated specifically to help your learning needs. And if you don't, then you're doing the normal version. Okay, if you feel like you do need an accommodation, please talk to the accommodation, what's it called, the testing center, and they will help you get tested and make sure you get what you need. Okay, take advantage of as much free stuff on campus as you can. Okay, and again, last but not least, in any respect, please understand that being human is a very hard endeavor, especially in college, especially in the world today. If you know that nothing is as important as your own health, especially your mental health, and if you feel like you have any kind of suicidal thoughts or anything, depression, anything like this, there are numbers to call. There are crisis hotlines. There's many resources on campus that are there to help you that you can access through MPC's website. Please make sure that the world will not be the same if you weren't around. So please make sure that you know that you are an important person, all right? Okay, let's talk about, we're not going to talk about cheating and plagiarism. I think that these things are very obvious, you know, well, maybe they might not be obvious, but please do not copy anyone's assignment. It's kind of hard to do on these anyway because they are individualized and you're doing them on your own time. But one thing that makes me very mad is when I assign something that's very personal and then you don't take it seriously and you copy someone else's. So please just don't do it and don't make me get on your case about it, okay? Then on to what's due when. So the last part of this syllabus tells you what assignments we're going to be talking about each week. The readings that go along with them, which are pretty, they go along pretty well. And then what is due that week, okay? And if you're looking at this, you're like, oh, these are too many columns. What is happening? You could just ignore this whole thing and just go straight back to the Canvas page and just work straight through the assignments this way. A lot of people have found this to be the most successful thing, where what they do is they just start with the first one. They go through, they read, they listen to the lecture, they take notes, and then at the bottom of the page, there's next. They just hit next, and they go on to the next assignment, okay? So your very first assignment is to send me an email so that I have your personal email that you use the most, and so that I can just kind of get to know you a little bit, okay? And so that I can find out if there's things that are missing that I can do better to help you be a more successful student, all right? So, I will change this due date. I just noticed that's incorrect. Good stuff. Okay, so let's see, what else is important to know? You have these wellness worksheets. These are the assignments you're doing for this class. And again, these are where you're talking about what is important to you. Okay, so you are going to be, for example, the very first one. Let's see what the first one looks like. And it's going to look a little different for you because, again, I'm in the instructor part. Boop, boop, boop. But you're going to evaluate your lifestyle. Please, again, be honest. I'm not going to see your individual results. I'm going to see that you did the assignment, okay? So be honest about where you are in your life. And you can look and see, like, where do I really need to improve? Where can I improve? Where can't I improve? But I need to improve on other things, etc. Okay? So these wellness worksheets are literally just for you to kind of stop and take stock of your life. And I do these a lot too, especially the stress one, because stress is something I struggle with all the time. Again, being human is hard. And so I go through and I do these wellness worksheets sometime or some version of them to make sure that I am still on my own healthy pathway, okay? Okay, so that is the wellness worksheets. And then you may see this assignments tab. I would ignore this. Just go to the homes tab. Okay, so then we looked at the first lecture. We got an introduction email. We have some lectures are broken up into 2 parts, or some chapters have 2 lectures. It just depends on where how much information is packed in. I will tell you, stress is what I studied in graduate school, and so I talk a lot about it, and I try not to, but it happens. And so okay, so let's see. It turns out some stress is actually very good for you. We'll talk about it. And then at the end of the week, you have your quiz. Now, this is where it actually is very important that you have listened to the lectures, done the reading. Again, you're not getting graded on the reading, but you should still do it, or at least go over it a little bit to be successful on the quizzes. Because the quizzes are going to be things that are more definitional, they're more statistics related. But here's the good news is that they're not timed and you can go to the book for their open book because I don't do any proctoring in this class because I think it's a bit invasive and I don't like it. So you're going to go through and, you're going to go to the book and talk about there are some specific things like what percentage of deaths from COVID-19 happen in nursing homes. Oh, there's the first answer for you. Okay. And so that you'll take a quiz. Let's just jump to another random one. Let's see, what's warning signs of suicide include all of the following except and some of them might be very obvious. Like if you are someone who has dealt with this kind of thing in the past, you may say, oh, I already know this. Some of them you might need to go and read about, and they will have there should be references where you can go to the book, or you can just have the book open it right next to you and go back and forth and learn, because at least you'll be learning that way. Okay. All right. Good. Boop, boop. Okay, so let's go. Is that everything we need to talk about? Okay, for the first week. So you're only going to see the modules open up as the week happens. Okay, so you're only going to see week 1 right now, not week 2 through 6. And you're going to see, well, this is everything that is due, everything I have to do before next week. Please do not wait until Sunday to do everything, because guess what? Everybody does that, and then the system breaks. Okay, I can't connect. They're separate from MPC, and they do their best to make sure the system does not break, but I cannot help you if the system breaks. If you have waited till the very last day, even though you had an entire week, or this week we have 1 day less than an entire week, then I'm not going to be super sympathetic to you, okay? Because you signed up for this class with the expectation that you would be able to complete all the assignments. I recommend doing at least 1 chapter a day, and then give yourself days off, because you're going to see, again, stress is very important for you to manage, and so I would start right away. Do the little assignments that you can, or the lectures while you're waiting for your book to be processed, etc. And then make sure you get to the quiz and the wellness worksheets before the last day of the week. Okay. There's not really a lot else to talk about in our class. I'm very glad you're all here. I'm happy to be working with you all. I'm happy to get to know you all through your emails, because again, I live in Los Angeles. And good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. I am open to any and all questions, and good luck in the class.